DreAllDay.com. DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. One fan today. Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. One fan today. Next person is John from Houston, 16 years old. First question. No, it's not traveling. Once you leave your pivot foot, if you come back down on it with the ball still in your possession, then it's a travel. So as long as when your pivot foot touches the ground again, you no longer had a ball, whether you passed it, you shot it, somebody slapped that out of your hands, whatever, is not a travel. So that's a legal move. You've seen Kevin Martin do it in the game. They didn't call travel, and that's the way you know it's not a travel. You could always rewind it, put it in slow motion, and watch it. Either he gets away with it and it is a travel, or it's not a travel. But the ref doesn't call it, then it's not a travel, period, end of story. That's a very broad question. Weightlifting doesn't make you anything. Now, added weight, I mean, if you take the size you are now, and let's say you run a mile in 10 minutes, and then you put on 25 pounds, you might not run a mile in 10 minutes anymore. You might take you a little bit longer because your body has to carry around 25 pounds of extra muscle. Weightlifting is going to make you stronger, make you faster, make you more explosive, depending on where you put the weight on, how you put the weight on, and how much of it you put on, and how you go about doing it. So you would have to ask a little bit more detailed question as far as how that goes. As players all the time add muscle and get stronger. It makes them faster. It makes them do everything better. It doesn't make them do anything slower. So it just depends on how you do it, where you do it, and what parts of the body you're adding that muscle to. Best ways are stretching, massage, rest, ice. Those are the best ways to recover. Stretching out the muscles after you work out. A massage, if you can get one, massage yourself. Use foam rollers. If they have those in any gym, you can look that up and see how you can use them. Rest, of course. Anytime you in between workouts, or even after a workout one day, you got to work out the next day. You got to get the proper amount of rest for your body and for your muscles so you can perform again the next day or the next workout. And the last one, I said ice. Put ice on your knees, your ankles, any joints. If you got a cold tub you can get into, do that. You don't have a cold tub, take a shower and turn the water on cold. Put it on cold for 30 seconds. As cold as it gets, then turn it back to hot. And then do that a couple times. It'll get the red blood cells flowing, which helps in muscle recovery. So there you go. Anybody else questions? One fan today, email Dre@DreAllDay.com. 3 questions: name, age, location. Work on your fucking game.